Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for our Monday morning read aloud. And this week, since we're learning about nursery rhymes, we're going to read a story called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Santat. You've probably all heard the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty. Should we say it together? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Well, this story tells how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. Shall we find out what happened? How do you think he got back up again? Can you make some predictions about what's going to happen in the story? Let's get ready to read. Hi, my name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Kings County Hospital. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together again. Well, most of me. There were still some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. What parts of Humpty Dumpty do you think couldn't be healed with bandages and glue? After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. Can you see he's at the grocery store, but he's too afraid to climb that ladder and get to all the yummy cereals up at the top. So he's just choosing some of the boring cereals that are down at the bottom. He doesn't look very happy. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. There's all of his bird friends high above the city. And here he is, he's got a telescope and he's looking at them. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Can you see what flew by? What's he doing? Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying. He didn't give up. Until I got it just right. Look at that paper airplane he made. It looks like a bird. Wow, he did an amazing job. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Uh-oh, he does not look very happy. Unfortunately, accidents happen. Oh no, what do you think happened? Oh, They always do. Can you see the wall with the ladder? Where's his airplane headed? Oh no. Can you see where it landed? Right there on top of the wall. Oh, poor Humpty. I wonder if he's gonna try to go get it. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. Oh, I think he's so nervous. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Look, he made it. He made it all the way up the wall. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. What's happening? Crack. Crack. Oh no, what's happening to him? Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. Crack. Crack. Oh no, his shirt's coming off. He's popping out of everything. What's going to happen? Oh my goodness, his shell is just flying everywhere. He cracked out of his shell. What did he become? Oh my goodness, look at that. He hatched. There's his pieces of shell flying all over the city. There's his pants and his shirt. He hatched and learned how to fly. And there he is, off to find his bird friends. Boys and girls, imagine if he had never been brave enough to climb that wall again. He would not have hatched out of his shell and learned how to fly. I love that story. See you tomorrow.